Unfortunately, I think this is just the beginning. So I've learned when people tell you what they're going to do, don't ignore them. So when the UN and Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab tell you that they've got a UN 2030 plan with sustainable development goals, I think there are 17 or 21 of them, and every one of them says you won't be traveling, you won't have a private car, we won't be using international shipping to move goods around, there won't be any flights except military or perhaps very rich people. You won't own anything and you'll be happy. You probably won't live in your own house. You'll be using much less energy for everything, including heating, manufactured goods, and so on. When they tell you that, you should assume that they're serious about it. And so I think COVID has been part one of a multi-act play that's going to take 10 years that will destroy the liberal democracies completely. If you think living in a democracy, now ask yourself who you could vote for that would change this. Because I don't think there's anyone you can vote for anywhere that is guaranteed. So I don't have an answer, but I'm telling you, I think we're sliding down through the gates of hell. I'm speaking out. There's nothing in it for me. I've lost lots of money, all my friends. I'm away from my home and family. And I'm speaking out because, as I close, I am absolutely sure what I've told you is substantially true.
So Project Bluebeam is, gosh, I hate this, a conspiracy theory that claims world governments, particularly NASA and the UN, are preparing to simulate a false alien invasion or messianic return using advanced holographic technology to establish a new world order or global religion. Key claims of the theory: holograms in the sky. Governments will project massive 3D holograms of religious figures, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, or UFOs over major cities using satellites and lasers. Voice-to-skull technology. This is actually true. We have seen this on the Sean Ryan podcast. Someone validate that they do have technology that can put a voice into someone's head as if you are being talked to by God or something of the sort. So voice-to-skull technology. People will hear voices in their own language through alleged microwave auditory tech, making it seem divine or alien. Global catastrophes. Artificial earthquakes will be triggered to reveal new archaeological discoveries that challenge current religious doctrines.
This image, not AI. This is a very real statue of Elon Musk that exists in Brownsville, Texas. But as horrifying as it is to look at, what's happening in Brownsville is much more sinister. In 2013, Musk decided he wanted to build a private space launching facility in South Texas. Why Texas? It's a billionaire-friendly state. They have no corporate tax or state income tax. So Musk personally donated $12,000 to local Texas politicians. And his company, SpaceX, sent $219,000 in gifts to local Texas politicians. In 2014, SpaceX broke ground in Brownsville. Brownsville, Texas is the poorest county in the nation. In 2018, Musk said this:
"He's got a lot of land with nobody around, and so if it blows up, it's cool. If it blows up, it's cool."
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service documented 19 fires, leaks, and explosions at Starbase since 2019. But the Texas legislature passed a bill granting SpaceX immunity for any nuisances caused by their launches. So residents can't seek damages for noise, debris, traffic, or light pollution. Over the last decade, there have been 600 injuries at SpaceX facilities. One worker has been in a coma for 3 years. Another lost vision in one of his eyes. This specific SpaceX facility has an accident rate 6 times higher than anywhere in the space industry. The FAA has had to ground SpaceX numerous times because of safety problems with its rocket Starship.
A mystery explosion went off northeast of Houston today. Hundreds of people called 911 saying they felt it. 10:40 a.m. local time. Multiple neighborhoods saying their houses shook. I live in LA. That is what earthquakes feel like, but USGS shows no quake. Fire department says it wasn't us, even though they did have scheduled training nearby. No gas explosions reported. A local Facebook post said that the nearby sand facility had been closed for 2 weeks. My brain immediately goes, why? But that's just me. I checked flight trackers, no obvious military activity. In fact, eerily quiet. Side note, military aircraft can disable or limit public transponders, and in rare documented cases appear under civilian identities, especially true if training flying under classified missions for things like going supersonic. The only visible flight at all at this time was a Learjet 45, which is subsonic, but its squawk was 0000. For 7 minutes, it switched right around boom time. This squawk can indicate special operations, and ADS-B data for some aircraft can be filtered, so speed and altitude aren't accurate on public sites. On trackers, this flight was scheduled to land at Chattanooga, but appeared to land near a small industrial area 220 miles away. Could be a tracking error, or not. Unverified rumors on Facebook range from bomb squad drills to an F-15 hitting Mach 1 during a dive. Who knows? No earthquake, no proof of explosion, no official cause. What was the boom in Houston? The NASA Johnson Space Center's also right there, but I'm sure it's nothing to do with that.
Okay, at what point has the whole AI thing gotten out of hand? Because I keep thinking we're done, and it keeps getting worse. A proposed AI data center in Wyoming is set to use more electricity than the human population there. And nobody's certain of what exactly they're going to be using it for. And I'm not just talking a little bit more electricity either. We're looking at not double, not 3 times, but 5 times the amount of power otherwise used by people in the state of Wyoming. All from a single facility. If it's actually built, it'll be the product of a data center developer called Crusoe and begin functions while consuming 1.8 gigawatts before ideally scaling up to 10, which is enough energy to power about 10 million homes. And since the entire population of Wyoming is only around 600,000, you start to get the gist of how dramatically AI heavy the state's about to become.
What if we're already at double simulation? This week, Google Gemini 3 shows us Inception.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
So this person was just watching somebody else watching a Jet2 holiday. But it gets better, boys. It gets better. And so this is a rendering. And this is all just by a text prompt. But they're just out there walking in real life now. And this is all rendered live. You know, the simulation theory, how everything's rendered in real life. This is it. You can walk as far as you want. You can go anywhere you want.
This is Google.
Yeah, and these things don't exist. This is just AI artificially creating a 3D world. But it gets better, boys.
Genie 3 has real-time interactivity, meaning that the environment reacts to your movements and actions. You're not walking through a pre-built simulation. Everything you see here is being generated live as you explore it. And Genie 3 enables promptable events, so you can add new events into your world on the fly. Something like another person, or transportation.
Live. Or you just type it in and it shows up.
Or even something totally unexpected. You can generate worlds with distinct geographies, historical settings, fictional environments, and even other characters. Worlds can help with embodied research, training robotic agents before working in the real world.
New at 5, a mystery over Minnesota. A viewer captured this strange sight in the sky over Woodbury last night, with similar reports all across the country. So, what is it?
Where Tuesday night, a father and his son were looking through their telescope to catch the meteor showers right here in their backyard, when all of a sudden they noticed something strange appearing in the night sky over these homes.
What is that? And so I essentially look up and I see this orb with a cloud around it. So I kind of took out my phone and started recording it right away.
From stargazing to stunned, leaving his telescope behind, Bassett Siddiqui caught what he believes was a UFO in the Taunton sky Tuesday.
It was kind of dropping down where that construction site is. And then from there, it kind of took a right and went this way and shot straight down.
Never seen anything like that before.
Bassett and Junaid weren't the only ones. We received videos overnight reportedly capturing a similar site in Avon, North Attleboro, and Sudbury.
I believe it. They're definitely seeing something.
On little sleep and pumping adrenaline, Bassett and his son have been researching what it could have been, but have come up empty, puzzled by the mystery orb spotted across Massachusetts Tuesday.
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those things, once in a lifetime, right?
Wednesday, I reached out to the FAA, and they wouldn't specifically tell me if they're looking into these specific cases across Massachusetts, but they do investigate similar incidents.
What does the government really know about aliens and UFOs? What's the truth about all those drone sightings over New Jersey last year? Remember that? Well, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, just told the Pod Force One podcast that the truth may be out there. Take a look.
So do you believe that there could be aliens?
I honestly, like, my personal belief, I have my own views and opinions.
Right.
In this role, I got to be careful with what I share. I'm still going through and looking through what do we know and what is it that we don't know.
And the New Jersey, the strange objects over New Jersey were drones.
I still have a lot of questions around that.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard what the public official line is. I just personally still have a lot of questions that are unanswered.
I think we all have a lot of questions. Remember, in January, the White House said there was nothing nefarious about the New Jersey drone sighting. So here's the question: what's the truth? Well, we're going to ask former Pentagon UFO investigator.
Lasers captured some out-of-this-world images last night from places like here in Ohio to right here in St. Louis. We're hearing lots of questions tonight from viewers asking, exactly what was this? What did they see?
I thought it was aliens.
Around 9:30 Tuesday night, this image was captured from Hillsboro, a spiraling object in the night sky.
Oh yeah, everybody's talking about it around here.
And a photographer in the north central part of Missouri shared these images with us. The shape looks the same. Ashley Robeson was in DeSoto when she couldn't believe her eyes.
It wasn't the moon, and it was swirling, and it was pretty bright out.
Multiple photos capturing similar images in various parts of the country have fueled a lot of speculation.
They think it's a spaceship. They think the government's putting satellites out there to track us, or just weird things like that.
I don't know. That's some crazy stuff. It kind of looks like maybe a possible UFO. You never know. I mean, I ain't seen nothing like that before, so.
You said that you've seen evidence. Like, what kind of evidence have you seen?
I have seen photos. I have seen...
what have you seen photos of?
So I was in a skiff, and I can't discuss all that was in a skiff, but what I can tell you is based on the photos that I've seen, I'm very confident that there's things out there that have not been created by mankind.
It seems crazy that people have access to information that shows that there's something outside of us that is more intelligent, at least more capable than we are, and they hide it from everybody else.
Check out this video sent in to us from Rusty in Woodbury. He says he saw this strange light in the sky last night around 9:30 p.m., moving from south to north with what looked like halos of light on each side. There have been similar reports over the East Coast, even Canada, leading to speculation of meteors, weather phenomena, or of course, the good old UFO sighting. It turns out that strange sight in the sky wasn't from the weather.
Just before 9 o'clock last night, and actually right around that time, 19 minutes before that, the Ariane 6 rocket was launched from French Guiana. That strange spiral object in the sky was simply some exhaust from one of those rockets, and neither of these launches were widely reported beforehand, so a lot of people were turning to social media and posting hundreds of pictures of the illuminated objects in the sky, and witnesses said that the lights were not flashing at the time, but as we know, it is not a UFO, just some rocket exhaust.
And of course, so many people were looking at the sky last night because of the meteor showers, which sort of got people looking, right?
Already out and check in with eyes to the sky. And when you see the spiral, you know, it's interesting. Of course, you want to take a picture and what's going on. You know?
Yeah, you can't help but wonder because there's so much we still are learning about space. And when you see something that you can't explain, you're like, ooh.
So it's just a fuel dump.
Everybody loves a good old fuel dump. Ariane 6 or Alien 7?
Alien 7, I'm going with. Yeah, I had a picture last night come in from Tom and Chris in the Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It looked like an angel, the angle they had of it, which was really pretty. So now I know. Alien 7.
No. Ariane 6.
Ariane 6, okay.
Don't let me spread rumors.
No, you're right. Yeah, we don't want to start that here.
Former Pentagon UFO investigator Lou Elizondo to get to it. So Lou, good to see you. What does Tulsi Gabbard know that we all don't know?
Well, I think it's important to note that Tulsi Gabbard is a very seasoned official. She cut her teeth as a combat veteran and also formerly a field grade officer. So she's not new to the world of intelligence, and I think what she's doing is exactly her due diligence. Before she makes a public statement, she wants to make sure she speaks to all of the 16 intelligence agencies, try to remove all the stovepipes as she can, and really get to get to the truth of the matter. The bottom line is, look, whenever you admit to the American public that we don't have complete aerodomain awareness of our skies, we don't know what's in our skies all the time, you're also tipping your hand to your adversaries that we have vulnerability. So it's really a catch-22. Tulsi is in a really difficult spot because on one hand, she does have these outstanding questions like the New Jersey drone issue. We now know there was not prosaic explanations for what occurred with every one of those quote-unquote drone sightings.
So